transmission. So in the morning when it's cold outside, I have to turn on the van about 10 to 15 minutes before I leave to go work.
So we're literally upgrading from the beautiful 1999 purple paint peeling, paint chipping Dodge Caravan to the 2015 Ram 1500 ProMaster. So it's been a while since I last made a video. The last one was about like a month and a half ago. It's already almost the end of the first month of 2021 and I'm barely uploading my first YouTube video, but I'm super excited. There's a lot that I'll be showing this year. We have a lot of plans, both with our detailing business and Detail Groove. We're gonna be doing a lot of things, so I'm excited to bring you along the journey, show you a lot of things, teach you a lot of things, and learn from all the mistakes that I do as well. So a lot of plans to be planned in 2021. So as you can tell by the title, we got a new van. Now I actually have content from when I first purchased the vehicle. So before I go any more about the van, let's take it back to January 5th. And guess what? I am finally in our new van for our detailing business. Now, before we get into all the details and what it is and how much it costs and yada yada yada, remember, like with your business, if you're starting with whatever you have, whatever you do have right now is good enough. I started in 2011 with my Toyota Matrix XRS. Customers didn't care. Then I went to a 2009 HHR panel. Customers didn't care. Then Lex and I joined up and we went to a 1999 purple paint chipping, paint peeling Dodge Caravan, and customers didn't care. Why? Because they're hiring us for our results. Whether you're working out of a sedan, a Civic, a small pickup truck, or you're hauling a trailer or a big van of paint that's not perfectly polished, it does not matter because the customer wants you for your services, for the results that you can deliver. We've worked on Lambos, on Porsches. We have charged $1,200, we charge $600, we charge, like, you know, high prices, low prices, high-end vehicles, low-end vehicles, and everything in between. They didn't look at our van and say, they don't have a brand new vehicle. They're in a 1999 Dodge. I don't want to hire them. That's never been the case. That's never been a problem whatsoever. So wherever you are with your business and you want to start and you think like, oh, if I just had a new truck, a new van, and new this, I'm telling you, it's not going to make a big difference in terms of growing your business. Now that we have this, it opens up a lot more flexibility for us. But in terms of an impact on your business and you're going to get more customers because the vehicle you drive, it's not going to happen. Don't put all the heavy emphasis on like, if I just get that vehicle, then I'll be able to grow, because most likely than not, it's not going to happen. So I'm actually on my way to go take the van to Lex. He doesn't know that I purchased it. He knows that we were looking at vans, we were in the market for vans, we've been wanting vans, we've talked numbers with vans, we've gone to look at them in person, test drive them, but he doesn't know that I purchased this one, the ProMaster. I sent him the link to this one. He looked at it, he liked it, but he doesn't know that I'm getting a ProMaster. We looked at Transit 150s, at 250s, high roof, low roof. We've looked at these ProMasters, high roof, low roof. So we've been in the market for a while, but I'm just interested to see how he reacts to like big surprises like this. Like I honestly don't know if he's gonna cry, if he's gonna laugh, if he's gonna be like, I don't know. So it's just gonna be funny to see. Now, I was trying to set it up for the camera. I didn't tell him that I had drove up in the van. I said I was dropped off. That way he wouldn't be questioning why I didn't have my HHR there. And I asked him, hey, what current problems are we facing with the van? As far as like what issues does he deal with on a day-to-day basis with the caravan that we're in? And you'll be surprised at how many problems that the van has, yet we're still able to do 2 to 3 customers per day and service a bunch of customers all across town.
Woo! Quite the list. So, number one problem, it leaks Freon like crazy. I have to put a can of Freon every week in order for it to stay blowing cold. Another thing, it's stuck on recirculation. I can't turn off the recirculation off the AC. It's just always on. And you only have one setting. You're either blowing as hard as it can, it's shooting air in your face really hard, or it's off. There is no in between. There's no just a little bit. It's all the way on or off. The door. When you open the door handle, it stays open. So you have to push it back in. If you pull it and you don't push it back in, when you shut the door, it's not gonna shut. It's just gonna bounce. It's just gonna bounce and open again. So you have to make sure that's shut before you close the door. The transmission. So in the morning when it's cold outside, I have to turn on the van about 10 to 15 minutes before I leave to go work, because if I don't, the transmission doesn't warm up fully and it doesn't go into gear. So I could put it in drive and hit the gas, I'm not going anywhere. Like, it doesn't work. It's no matter how fast I'm going, no matter what road I'm on, that thing has its own personality. Sometimes it just wants to shut off just because. So I'll be driving on, let's say, the Beltway 8 freeway, and all of a sudden I'm going 80, and all of a sudden it just turns off on me, and I have to put it in neutral, turn it on, and then keep going. It'll start right back up, but it just likes to turn off. Yeah, it does that rarely, but it often. Another problem: the windows do not roll down. So I mean, the only way to roll them down is to grab them, push them down, and then you gotta push them back up. So the motor's on no window work. So
how's the weight capacity handled?
What we're running now, it leans a little bit like this to the back right, just because the water's heavy, and yeah, I have the water right there and the Mighty, and that just brings it down a little bit to the bottom right.
Okay, but now, but even with all that, are we still be able to be efficient, and are we still able to grow our business even with that type of vehicle?
Man, absolutely. I mean, we've been doing this for quite some months. I've used this van for like 2 years now. It's still going. Like, there's no issue. Yeah.
So even with all the problems, you'd say like it's still a good working van.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. This thing is a beast. Yeah, it takes me to my job location and home over and over and over again. As long as you keep fitting the gas, you keep getting the oil, you're good.
Even with all that, we've worked on high-end vehicles, Lamborghini, Porsches, GT350s, corrections, 1200, like nice neighborhoods.
AMGs,
like
neighborhoods.
People don't care about what you like. We've never had any complaints to any degree.
Actually, it's the other way. They would look at me and what I pull up in, and they are like surprised. They're like, "Whoa, you could fit all that in there." They compliment me, like, "Man, you have a really nice setup in this thing." And like, wow.
So if you're worried about, oh, in order for me to grow, I need to get that van, I can guarantee you most likely don't. If you're, not to sound like whatever, like cocky, but like if you're at the point where your business is growing to where you have the customers, you have the cash flow, you're on the right trajectory. Like for us, like it makes sense to at some point get a van. That way we can actually just do more. Like another thing is that because we have a caravan, we can only put a 50-gallon water tank in there.
Yeah.
It would be so much more helpful to put 125, 150-gallon water tank to keep it filled, so we can do more customers without refilling it every day, or the van leaning sideways when we fill it up. So for us, it would make sense to actually go and get. What are we gonna get? What have we thought about?
We're talking about a Ram, a ProMaster, or a Ford Transit, 150s, either one of those.
And like for us, it's like, first of all, like basically anything is better than. It could be anything. It could be another caravan, but if it's a newer caravan, it'll be better than what we got right now.
Yeah.
But like we're not too picky of like what it is, because like, and it's like for one, where we're from, like anything does help. But two, like, I don't know, we're not too picky about anything. We're just the ProMaster or the 150 are the one that we've been primarily looking at.
Yeah.
And I got one in the van over there.
Shut up.
Press down, unlock it.
For real?
Top one.
Oh, snap. Can I cuss on here? Oh, bleep. Dude, I called it when I sat down.
Yeah, but you didn't catch my bluff though. You didn't catch my bluff though.
I just dismissed it.
Yeah, because I'm
Bro. Holy snap.
on the side door panel, there's a little unlock button. Yes, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Damn. Can you even see in here?
Oh, we gotta have a bunch of work to do with the interior.
Snap. I can stand up.
I told you, we short, boy.
Yeah, we should. Damn.
Yes, sir. Ready to rock and roll now, huh?
Let's go. We got a car right now? Let's go. Damn. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an upgrade from a Dodge Caravan. Okay, let's go. Oh, that's nice. I feel like I'm an ice cream man.
And here, I mean, we're just putting everything together. We're just moving everything from the old van, the purple 1999 purple Dodge Caravan, and transferring over to the new van. We didn't order anything. We didn't have a partition. We didn't have shelves. We didn't have anything. So we just transferred over everything to the new van. We bought a bunch of bungee cords and straps, and got it up and running the very next day. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, I already posted a sneak or a quick tour of the van on my Instagram. So now I'll give you more thorough, in-depth look. But that's just to tell you, you should be following me on Instagram because I post a lot more behind the scenes, which you don't see here, or at least you get a first glimpse at Instagram versus YouTube. Anyways, let's get to the job site where they're at right now.
So this vehicle has a little bit of smoke odor in it. He just purchased it. The dealer cleaned it, but there was still an odor left. So we finished cleaning it up a bit more, and then we did a fogging treatment with our thermal fogger and our Tobacco Attack Odor X chemical. We just finished fogging it. Now we're letting it air out. If you can see on the seats, it's still there. That will dry up on its own. We're just doing the final touches now, and then that'll be it.
Alright, so this is the 2015 Dodge Pro Master or 1500 Pro Master. We purchased it on January 5th, I want to say. So we've only had it less than 30 days, and it's already gone through a few iterations, but we still have plenty of things to upgrade. So before you guys are like, oh, why don't you upgrade this, why don't you upgrade that? We'll get to it eventually. Just give us time. We're doing things, you know, we still gotta make sure that the van's still out there working every single day, plus still trying to adjust things here and there. So we're gonna upgrade plenty of things in these coming months. So whatever you think is necessary or it's a good idea, we've probably thought about that too, and we're just gonna get to it eventually. So on the back of the van, we have the Predator 3500 that's from Harbor Freight, but Lex actually purchased it for like 400 bucks. This is like $150 pressure washer. Nothing special, nothing crazy. We have it attached to the reel right there, if you can see that. That way we never have to like take the machine down or anything, so that's super helpful. Then we have the air compressor. It's a 4.5 gallon something rigid we got it at Home Depot. We have extra electrical cords right here. This is the air compressor reel and hose that's obviously connected to the compressor. I'll have everything linked down below in the description box for you guys to check out. Then we have the Ego blower here that's cordless, so it's battery powered. We have another electrical reel right here, and a lot of things are held down by bungee cords for now, but we'll be upgrading that in the near future. So as far as right here in the back, we just have a bunch of the interior and exterior products. Nothing special here. It's literally just a shelf that Milo built, and that we're just putting stuff here. Will we change things around? Yeah, eventually. But for now, that's how we're running it. This is obviously the vacuum hose and the vacuum. Eventually, we're gonna get the vacuum hose and the extractor hose on the reel. That way we don't have to physically take it out. We could just pull it like these, which makes the efficiency side so much better when we have them on reels. It takes a lot of work out the way, and you're able to just literally pull it out, that's what she said, and get to work. So that is a huge plus with this van, is that we're gonna be able to put everything on reels. That way everything stays in the van, and we literally just drag it out to, well, not drag it out, but you know what I'm saying. We bring it out to the vehicle, and that's a towel on the ground. why. And right here is the Mighty HV60 Spider. Now the hose length is how much? Lex, how long is the Mighty hose?
25.
25.
6.
Plus 6. So this is the Mighty hose, and then this is the Sapphire tool. This is a thing that's really changed how we do the shampooing on the fabric material. I'll make another video on this one versus the other wand that the Mighty comes with. But anyways, we have 27, right? No, how many? 32. How many feet in total?
31.
We have 31 feet in total. So once we get the reel here, we'll put it somewhere so like we don't have to attach this every single time. We can just keep it in the van and then just pull the cord out right here. Now, a problem that we ran into here is that since the way we positioned it, we can't get to the we can't put a bucket back there because obviously you can see that there's a lack of space. So what we did, we just we did a little bit of plumbing on the drain hose, and we just have we have a drain hose now that if you see, you pull it right here, then you have a little bit of a wizardry going on right there. This is a 100-gallon water tank that clearly doesn't have 100 gallons filled to the tank, but we do have that available now. And then everything else is pretty straightforward, pretty standard, nothing crazy going on here. We just have 2 sets of ladders, we have 1 canopy, extra lights, we have all the polishing bags, steamer, an extra generator. Depending on what we're running and what we're cleaning, we will pull this one out to run like a separate steamer or something to keep the operation flowing. A 5-gallon water tank filled with the solution that we use inside the extractor, and this is just a bunch of other products. So this is nothing crazy, just a shelf with products. This is an air mover that we have that shoots 360 that we put for interiors. Wheel bucket, this will be upgraded too. This just has the towels and pads. No, just towels. Yeah, just towels actually. And then obviously we have this Yeti here with a couple of drinks and snacky snacks in there. This is the thing that we put on the driver's seat for the customer's feet to not dirty the carpet. And other than that, I mean, we just kind of stacked it up. All right, so as you can tell, we're 5'5", 5'6", and we for the most part can stand up all the way. So because we're short, we're able to fit here. If you're anything over 5'5", 5'6", you're gonna be able to you have to crouch down a little bit. But that's like, one, we got the vehicle because it was a good deal, but two, like, we did like that we didn't have to crouch like on the Express 2500s, the Transit 250s, or literally any other vehicle that's not the high roof option. You do have to crouch down. So this is the low roof option, and we're still able to fit comfortably. If you're like 5'7", that's out the question, you have to start crouching. But for us, it worked great. Now this one here is pretty standard, but the doors swing all the way out, so that's a good plus. So with this one, it already came with a reverse camera, with a backup camera, which was a plus on our end. We've already upgraded the security system. Obviously, I'm not gonna share all those details, but we have the top of the line security system, so we know everything about the van, where it's at, and what's going on around the van at all times. So this is a small step in us kind of growing our business. Obviously, my parents were very happy. His parents were very happy and excited for us, as was all our friends and family members were happy once we let them know that we purchased a new vehicle. Just because now we've been at the point where it would definitely help for us on the operation side to get a van that can kind of sustain the level of production that we're doing, and of course moving forward, once we start increasing that production even more, the van can handle that extra demand. Because with the Caravan, it just really wasn't working out. I mean, we could have gone for like another 6 months, 8 months probably in that van, but it just was no longer ideal, and per all the problems that you saw, it just was not what we wanted to keep on doing. Now, we were looking at things like the Ford Transit 250. We did look like at Chevy Express 2500. We looked at the low roofs, high roofs. We looked at the ProMasters. We looked at a lot of them. We test drove a few. We looked at pricing. We talked with dealerships. We looked at numbers and such. So on this one, the one that we got here, it is, and before I give you any on the money side of things, like, I'm no financial advisor, right? I run all this through my accountant just to make sure that I'm not doing anything dumb. But don't think like whatever I do, how I did it is like smart or the right way. It's just what I seen fit based on what I'm doing, and that's how I executed. I'm not saying it's the smart one. I'm not saying it's actually the best way. I'm just, what I did, or the way I run things, like I kind of run it through my accountant just to make sure it's not like overly stupid, but it's not like I let the accountant dictate like the action. I just run by it. I run it by her, and then she'll let me like, okay, yeah, that's within the green zone of what you can do, and then I go do it. So just, I'm no financial advisor here or anything, but the van it's a 2015 ProMaster. It has We purchased it with 75,000 miles on it, which, you know, because obviously you have to look at the deals at the time that you're looking for a van. And, you know, when we were looking at it, at the vans that we looked at, they weren't all that great. It's all like very high mileage with still a high price on it. Maybe there's a few things that we're like, we really don't like that. There were a few vans that we saw that we went to go see in person, or that we just saw online that kind of went away pretty quick when it was a good deal. So obviously, like, you want to look for the best deal, but there's only so much you can look around, and so you have to make a decision, right? Like, we could have waited another week, another month to find the best deal or a better deal than what we had with the ProMaster. But at some point, you just have to start taking action. And, you know, so with this one, it was, again, 2015, 75,000 miles. It had, like, new tires, your basic stuff. It had already had a rear view camera, and it was $19 out the lot. I put $6,000 down, and the commercial auto insurance, because if you're using a personal vehicle and you're also using it for work purposes, like, that's a different policy on your insurance. You know, imagine going to a customer's job site and you get in an accident, and then you know, they come to find out that it was the vehicle that you're using was for business use because you're going to a customer's location or whatever. So your policy might not cover whatever. So when you get a dedicated work vehicle, right? Because the work van is 100% for work. You need to get commercial auto insurance. Rates around here in Houston, in Texas, what we paid it's $175 a month. I saw some people say they pay $69, others say $35, others around $200. I can only speak for the research that I've done around my area, and it's like $175, somewhere around there per month. So those were the numbers. Pretty straightforward. It was pretty easy to. This is why I say, like, if you're trying to grow a business, you can't always just accept cash, or you can't just not pay taxes, because if you don't file anything, if you don't build credit, if you don't do any of this, you're very limited on how you're going to be able to grow your business, because you can never get a loan, whether it's a credit card or a loan on a vehicle. And, you know, if you're just so against loans, like, sure, that's also a method, right? If you're a Dave Ramsey kind of fanatic and you go that route. But, you know, like anything, if you know how to use debt and you don't over leverage yourself and you know where to use it to where it helps you make more money, it's perfectly fine. If you are just financially irresponsible and you just don't know how to control money and you get a credit card and you just max it out, you know, that's a whole different topic for discussion. But for us, got a loan out on the vehicle. Obviously, I think it's like a 6% interest rate. We are very happy with the van. As I mentioned, we're going to be doing a lot more upgrades to it as time goes on. You know, we're not trying to just build things to make it look like, you know, just to flex on the gram or anything. And, you know, like, could we painted the shelves already? Yes, but was that a priority? Like, no, not at all. We could easily do that any other time. We needed more of the shelf more than getting it painted. So things like that, like cosmetically, although yes, eventually we'll get to it. It's you know, it doesn't have an impact on our operation. So we're making sure we're prioritizing what needs to be prioritized, and things that don't, well, that just be, you know, on the back burner for future things that we do. And of course, I'll bring you guys along and I'll show you all the upgrades and everything that we change and all this jazz and what we do to do this and do that. And so this is more just to give you an overview of the van itself. I'm gonna make more videos breaking down exactly what we use, or how we set up the water tank, or you know, just different things. Let's just give you an overview of the van and like how we have it set up, but not exactly like the nuances of every single tool product system that we have set up. I'm gonna start a new series with Lex where we talk about tools and products. And not so much of like we're reviewing different tire shines, but more like this is what we use in our business. This is how we apply it. This is where we don't like it. This is where we do like it. This is what you gotta watch out for. So more in the sense of like an actual like detailing business application, not so much of like which one holds up the longest. So I definitely don't want to do those type of reviews or anything. So I'll leave it right here. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, concerns on the van. If you want any advice of the limited experience that I have purchasing a van, or what to look out for, leave those down below and I'll get to them. I'm super happy to get back on YouTube. I'm super happy to have my camera back. I feel like it's been a world and a half, not a world and a half, but it's definitely been a while since I've made videos, so I'm ready to get back on it. Check all the links down below for anything that you want to check out, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one.